Hey guys, it's me GH Talents, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to make a solar system in Scratch. Now this project might seem a little bit hard when you first think about it, but once you actually watch this tutorial, it'll actually be really easy to do this project. So let's get into it. Now the first thing we want to do is get rid of this cat because we don't really need it for this project. So click on this bin and then select yes. Now we want a star background, so we can just click on choose a backdrop and then over here search stars and then click on this one. Now we need to get our planets. So first I'm gonna put the sun in this project, so over here sun, and we'll do this one planet at a time. So first I'm going to change these coordinates specifically to -1, x of -1, and a y of -17. Now I'm going to change the size to 10, so it'll kind of be in the center, and go to events, click get when green flag clicked, and then go to control, get a forever loop, and then over here grab a turn right, not a turn right, not a turn left, and change this from 15 degrees to 1 degree. And then go back to control, grab this wait block and change this to 0.05 seconds. Now next I'm going to upload Mercury. I'm going to change this coordinates to x of 35 and a y of -22, and change the size to 5. Now grab an events when green flag clicked, and then go to motion, just get this, go to XY block, and then get this point in direction and change this from 90 degrees to 6 degrees, and then grab this forever loop, and then go to motion, grab this move 2 steps block, and then turn left. This time grab the turn left instead of the turn right, and then change this to 3 degrees. Now we're actually gonna need another one green flag clicked, and we're gonna go to this little button in the corner called it'll show add extension, and then click on it and select pen. This will show some more pen blocks we can use. Now we need to grab this erase all block, and then we need to take this pen down. If you want to, you can change the color because this will show the orbit trail, and you can change the color by grabbing the set pen color and then putting it over here and changing the color to whatever you want, but that's not needed. So, and then now the next one we're gonna add Venus. And then we're gonna get Venus. And now change this to x of 53, and then a y of -22, and then change the size to 5 as well. Change the size to 5. And I'm gonna do a cool trick. That is, you're gonna grab this set of blocks, cover it over Venus, and then drop it, and then do the same for the other one, and it will copy both of them in here. Just change this to 53, and then change this to 2 degrees instead of 3. Now we're going to add Earth, and instead of going into upload sprite, you can actually go to choose a sprite and then search Earth, and it will show it over here. Now we're going to do the same thing with Venus by dragging the blocks over Earth and then putting it in. It'll copy. Now we're going to change this to 70 change this degrees to 1.5 and also change the size to 10. Now we're going to add Mars, upload sprite, now get Mars, and then just drag all the blocks in, change this to 88, and then change this to 1.25, and then change the size to 5. Now next we're going to add Jupiter over here, then change this size first to 10, then get all the blocks into Jupiter, then change this to x of 124, and then turn left by 0.9 degrees this time. Now we're gonna do Saturn. So first upload, and I'm gonna put Saturn, and then put all the blocks, and then I'm going to change the size to 10, then turn 0.8 degrees, then upload Uranus, and then put the blocks back, and also change this Saturn's x to 142. Put the blocks back, and then change this x to 160, and then change this degrees to 0.725, and change the size to 10. And now the final thing to do is upload Neptune. So first we're gonna get the blocks, then change the size to 8, and then go to x of 178 and turn by 0.65. Yeah, now let's check this thing. Yeah, it seems to work pretty nicely. Now the next thing we want to do is if you want to, you can watch from here to the end, because I'm going to add a few more things to the solar system, but it's really optional because this is actually enough. So the first thing we're gonna do is paint a new sprite, and now we're gonna remove this fill in thing, and then change this outline to 0, make this color and saturation 0, and make brightness to 60. Then we're gonna make a circle. Now instead of just dragging normally, you can actually hold down shift and then make a circle, and it'll be a perfect circle. And you can also increase the thickness, because this will be like the asteroid belt. So I'm gonna make this thickness 25. Now we're gonna drag this sprite over here. Actually, let me make the thickness to 20, and just make the sprite a bit smaller, like 90. Yeah. And now I'll just rename the sprite asteroid belt. So yeah, that's the asteroid belt. It'll just stay there. It'll just stay where it is. Now the next thing I'm going to do is whenever I hover over a planet or the sun, it'll describe what each of those things are. So first, I'm going to do it for the sun. Go to code, and then Now we're gonna take this, grab one green flag clicked, and then take a forever loop, and then grab this if then block, and then go to sensing, then grab this touching mouse pointer, and if it's touching mouse pointer, we're gonna go to looks category and grab this say hello for 2 seconds block, and we're gonna change this hello to something like the sun is the closest star to Earth. It takes 8 minutes for light to travel from the sun to the Earth. The distance between them is 1 AU. Yeah. Now we're going to drag this to Mercury, and now I'm going to change this text into Mercury is the closest planet to the sun. It is also the smallest planet in our solar system. I'm gonna do this to Venus, and then I'm gonna change this to Venus is the second closest planet to the sun, but it is the hottest planet. It is also nearly the same size as Earth. Now we're gonna go to Earth, but before that we're gonna drag these blocks over here and then change this text to Earth is the planet we live in. It is the only planet in our solar system which has life. Now we're gonna get this to Mars, and now Mars, we're gonna change this to Mars is the last rocky planet before it gets to the gas giants, starting with Jupiter. Now we're gonna grab these blocks over to Jupiter, and now change this to Jupiter is the first gas giant of the solar system. It is also the first planet past the asteroid belt. That's the asteroid belt. Now we're gonna get this to Saturn. Now we're gonna change this to Saturn is the only planet which has rings. It also has the most number of moons in our solar system. Now we're gonna put this to Uranus, and now we're gonna change this text to We're gonna change this text to Uranus is the 7th planet of our solar system. It is also the first ice giant of our solar system. Now we're gonna get to Neptune and change this to Neptune is the last planet of our solar system. Neptune also has another asteroid belt called the Kuiper belt. Past it and after that is just dwarf planets. So yeah, that's the program. Let's just test this out real quick. Yeah, here's Sun, Mercury, Venus, then Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Yeah, so that's the program. Hope you enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, and comment. If you comment on this video on what you want the next one to be, and peace.